Hello everyone and welcome to my General Hospital Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to General Hospital spoilers on Friday, February 7th, Jen Sidwell and Drew Quartermaine form a dangerous bond, and Cyrus Renaud will have a significant outburst. Here are the medical results that GH viewers might anticipate from Sonny Corinthos. To begin, Lucas Jones will continue to offer Carly Spencer counsel that she may or may not heed, emphasizing that they must quit making a bad situation worse. In any case, given that Nina Reeves wants to work with Drew, Carly might be in danger. Nina will present her idea to Carly and hope for an unexpected ally after giving Maxie Jones an update on her partnership plan. Cyrus will become agitated at Turning Woods and demand to know who has been spreading false information about him. Brother Cyrus will get upset if his reputation is further damaged because he cherishes it as a transformed man. Cyrus might target Jocelyn Jacks if he discovers that she is snooping around. On Friday's episode, Lulu Spencer will run into someone, which will cause some tension. Given what he did to her brother Lucky Spencer, Sidwell might be the one to incite Lulu's ire. At some time, Sidwell will meet with Drew as well, and it will be at that meeting that Sidwell will bring up Sonny. Drew can get suspicious about Sidwell's hidden agenda in order to get information on Sonny. Given that she is about to issue a warning to Drew, Laura Collins will most likely catch a glimpse of this conversation between Sidwell and Drew. Given that Drew already has enough issues, it sounds like Laura would try to keep him away from the hazardous Sidwell. She will discuss her strategy to entice Sidwell to come clean with Anna Devane over with Jordan Ashford. Given that Sidwell threatens anyone who approaches him too closely, Anna might be worried. She will decide on a possible new route to locate Charlotte Cassadine after she is back with Lulu. We'll see if Laura agrees with Lulu's insistence on a permanent mother-daughter reunion. Natalia Ramirez in Los Angeles will question whether Sonny is concerned about what the doctor might say. Natalia will encourage Sonny to be honest and provide support, while he waits to visit his cardiologist. Natalia will be by Sonny's side once more following the delivery of his medical results. Even though Sonny could have to face some unfavorable news, he will value Natalia's consolation and advice. According to General Hospital spoilers, Sonny's doctor might give some unfavorable health-related forecasts. Tune in to find out what he does next. Jocelyn Jacks discovered an Austin Gatlin Holt clue, and Lois Cerullo acknowledged that Giovanni Gio Palmieri was the son of Brooke Lynn Quartermaine and Dante Falconeri, according to the General Hospital recap for Thursday, February 6. Curtis Ashford saw a strange moment at GH when Portia Robinson gave in to Brad Cooper's plea for an early leave of absence. As a result, Curtis questioned Brad about Selena Wu, and received confirmation that Brad was not once more confused with her. When Brad asked Portia in private if Curtis was aware of their arrangement, she denied that her husband was. Lucas Jones remarked on Brad's workout paying off after Stella Henry marveled over his muscles. Brad was excited for the medical conference in Miami, but after observing Brad's conversation with Lucas, Carly became worried. Carly expressed hope that Lucas would avoid Brad. Regarding Carly's developing relationship with Jack Brennan, Lucas understood that she would not back down in spite of his unpleasant prophecies. Jocelyn sat down at Brennan's table at Bobby's and acknowledged that she had encountered a hurdle in her research into Cyrus Renaud, but she was determined to find the person responsible for Dex Heller's death. Jocelyn claimed to have broken into Cyrus' apartment, but she found nothing that would implicate him. Jocelyn realized there might be another hiding place when Brennan indicated that it might indicate the proof was somewhere else. Because her mother had enough on her plate, Jocelyn didn't want Brennan to bring up her efforts to Carly. Brennan pretended to be telling Jocelyn about the trip to Baden-Baden when Carly and Lucas entered. Carly obtained Brennan's confidential confirmation that he had not disclosed any information regarding Valentine Cassadine's actions. Carly didn't want Jocelyn to worry about her, so Brennan assured her that the secret was secure. Jocelyn searched online for information about Dr. Austin Gatlin Holt nearby, and asked Lucas what he knew. After Austin testified on Cyrus's behalf, Jocelyn met with Brennan again and asked him to check if the doctor had purchased or rented a property close to PC at the time of Cyrus' discharge. Brooke Lynn was concerned to Gio at the Quartermaine gatehouse that her tough love for Willow Corinthos had backfired. Before Tracy Quartermaine showed in, Gio gave Brooke Lynn a motivational speech. Tracy stomped off to get attorneys involved after learning that Willow was breaking the arrangement and taking the kids back to Nina Reeves' house. Rocco Falconeri overheard Damp Falconeri in the kitchen when Harrison Chase confessed that Cyrus was a person of interest in Sam McCall's case. She informed Danny Morgan at Alexis Davis's house that Sam had been purposefully killed. Danny was relieved that Alexis told him the truth, even though he was understandably outraged and believed Scout Quartermain was too young to hear it. Danny also believed that after Jason Morgan returned from Germany, he should be informed. Molly Lansing Davis took Danny home after Alexis cautioned him to let the police handle this. Danny returned to the Quartermain kitchen, where Rocco shared the Sam investigation's findings about Cyrus. While Willow was in the other room at Nina's house, Drew Quartermain approached and got into a fight with Nina. Drew made a suggestion that he might go to Washington after Nina urged him to do so. But Drew hinted that if he did, he would abduct Willow and the children. Nina confronted Drew and made it plain that he would have a fight if he desired one. When Willow finally interrupted, Drew talked to her about their foolish gatehouse connection. Drew said that because their relationship was now well known, there was nothing preventing them from being together if Willow so desired. Willow kissed Drew and reassured him that was exactly what she wanted. Nina eventually called Carly to explain that they had a shared issue because she wasn't thrilled with Drew's hold on Willow. Lois Cerullo paid Martin Gray's retainer in his hotel suite, requiring him to maintain the confidentiality of their conversation. Lois described how adolescent Brooke Lynn gave up Dante's baby without telling him, because she was worried about a 21-year-old secret coming out. Martin's attempt to counsel Lois was thwarted when Tracy finally arrived to voice her displeasure with Willow's behavior. Later, as Lois and Martin resumed their chat, she learned about the two possible ways this information could be revealed. Lois stated that since the adult child was unaware of his adoption, Martin's suggestion that he could wish to locate his biological parents was not a problem. Martin noted that the young man may be called to ask whether he wanted to meet with his biological mother if Brooke Lynn pressed this. That thought made Lois furious since it would be bad for everyone. When Martin noticed that Lois appeared to be aware of Brooke Lynn's son's whereabouts, she acknowledged that they shared a residence and named him Gio Palmieri. Austin was shot and killed on General Hospital almost a year and a half ago. He actually passed away in the middle of November 2023. We assumed at the time that the show had simply moved on and forgotten about him and his death. But obviously they hadn't. Now that everything is currently pointing directly at Cyrus, we might finally find out who done it. Given that Austin had identified his killer before to being shot, it does make sense. And Cyrus is essentially the next serial killer in Port Charles. Or rather, it's serial killer at the moment, we suppose. It's also not a big secret. Almost everyone in town has realized that he is most likely the person responsible for the death of Digitalis. And Jocelyn is the answer to that. Joss, who was determined to show that the bad guy had killed Dex, broke into Cyrus' house in yesterday's episode and discovered, well, nothing at all. Brennan mentioned that Cyrus might be working from a hiding place somewhere after she told him that. Jocelyn only needed that to begin searching the internet and finding Dr. Austin Gatlin Holt. She informed Lucas that Austin had worked for Cyrus during his days as a crime boss and had testified at his parole hearing. She therefore requested that Brennan investigate if Austin had purchased a home close to Port Charles around the time Cyrus was released from jail. Fans finally understood why the house Jack had followed Cyrus to look so familiar. It had actually been Austin's. Therefore, unless Cyrus were to discover some excellent vacant real estate by chance, we believe we are beginning to understand how everything is related. After being freed from prison, Cyrus took over Austin's house and shot him dead. Perhaps Cyrus has been able to obtain all of that Digitalis through Austin's medical contacts. We only need to determine why. Why murder Austin? Was Cyrus only wrapping things up? Austin was gathering evidence against his old boss, as we know. Furthermore, why commit a murderous rampage among hospital patients? While some of them like Sam, Dex, and Michael are connected to Sonny, the others appear to be arbitrary. We are at least receiving answers at last. However, they are also only raising additional questions. Nevertheless, it's good to know that poor Austin wasn't overlooked. When the truth about Gio comes to light, Lois departs Port Charles. According to General Hospital spoilers, when the truth about Gio Palmieri goes out, Lois Cerullo might have to leave town. General Hospital has been preparing for the disclosure that Gio is, in reality, the kid that Brooklyn Quartermain and Dante Falconeri put up for adoption when she was a teenager, and that Gio is their biological child. However, Lois placed him with the Palmieri family without Brooklyn's knowledge, and he was constantly around. Furthermore, neither Brooklyn nor Dante realize that Gio is actually their son, despite the fact that he has been in Port Charles for some time, and is residing in the Quartermain mansion not far from them. Lois is well aware of this, and she will undoubtedly face difficulties as a result of the revelation. Lois Cerullo will be affected by the reality of Gio Palmieri. It's inevitable that the truth about Joe's paternity will surface, and it might cause Lois problems. Harrison Chase, Lulu Spencer, Ned Quartermain, Olivia Quartermain, Sonny Corinthos, Tracy Quartermain, and many more will be impacted in addition to Brooklyn and Dante. The people closest to Lois will not approve of the fact that she was aware all along that Gio was the son of Brooklyn and Dante. However, Brooklyn will be the one most affected. The music faces Lois Cerullo. The fact that her mother withheld this information from her for years will break Brooklyn's heart. She has known Gio for years and grew up close by, but she was not aware that Lois had known all along that he was her son. Lois will be crushed by her daughter's rejection, and Brooklyn will undoubtedly be devastated by Lois' treachery. They will have a rocky connection. Lois's falsehoods and secrecy will also annoy the family members closest to Brooklyn and Dante. Lois Cerullo believes that certain distance and time are necessary. Lois will apologize for what she did and ask for forgiveness. She will believe that allowing everyone time to recover is the best course of action for handling the aftermath. Going back to Bensonhurst is the greatest option for her to accomplish that. Dante, Brooklyn, and family members will undoubtedly concur that Lois must go if they hope to keep their ties intact going forward. A heartbroken Lois will spend some time away from Port Charles. Sonny's funeral preparations in Port Charles. Sonny's funeral preparations in Port Charles. The rationale is that his cardiac issues will only worsen before they improve. Sonny had a severe heart attack, as many General Hospital viewers are already aware, and unless he is sincere about changing his way of life, he might as well count down the days he has left. According to the most recent GH spoilers, Carly Corinthos and Nina Reeves will both be informed about his current health problems, and let's just say that they won't be pleased with what they learn. However, nobody should be surprised by any of this. Due to his affiliation with the mob, Sonny has always been under a lot of stress. With time, all of that would eventually catch up with him. In addition, all of this takes into account his age. And now that it has, Sonny must make a decision. It will either be necessary for him to abandon the life of a mobster, or to bid his family farewell. One or the other, but definitely not both, will prevail. General Hospital spoilers. Sonny's future? Sonny Corinthos will undoubtedly die from another heart attack, and nobody wants that to occur. Furthermore, without him, Port Charles wouldn't be the same. Nobody is yet prepared for Sonny Corinthos' funeral. Needless to say, viewers of General Hospital will need to watch every single day to see what happens next. The ABC network broadcasts General Hospital during the week. Look up the timings in your local listings. Cyrus outburst, Drew and Sidwell's connection, Sonny's medical results. In General Hospital, tensions are reaching a boiling point as multiple storylines intertwine. Cyrus Renault's temper erupts in a dramatic display, shaking up the already volatile atmosphere in Port Charles. Meanwhile, Drew Kane and Mr. Sidwell's connection takes center stage, raising questions about hidden alliances and motives. At the same time, Sonny Corinthos anxiously awaits his medical test results, a revelation that could alter the course of his life. Cyrus Renault's outburst, power, rage, and control. Cyrus Renault has never been a man to keep his emotions in check, but his latest outburst might be his most dangerous yet. After making a supposed bid for redemption, his true nature seems to resurface, leaving those around him wondering whether he's truly changed or if it was all a facade. The trigger for Cyrus' latest explosion could stem from multiple sources. Is he reacting to a perceived betrayal from someone he trusted? Perhaps he's being backed into a corner by a rival, forcing him to lash out in anger. Whatever the case, this moment of fury could have serious ramifications for those in his orbit. Who will face the wrath of Cyrus? If Cyrus loses control in a public setting, it could spell disaster for those around him. Laura Collins, his sister, has been cautiously hopeful about his supposed transformation. But if his anger is directed at her, it could fracture what little trust remains between them. On the other hand, if his outburst is aimed at Sonny Corinthos, it could reignite an old feud that never truly ended. Sonny has always kept a close eye on Cyrus, knowing that a man like him is never truly reformed. A renewed conflict between these two mob figures could escalate tensions in Port Charles, bringing more danger to their respective circles. Could Cyrus be reacting to a setback in his plans? With his hands in various schemes, Cyrus may have been expecting a particular outcome that didn't go his way. If Drew Kane or another power player in town has thwarted one of his efforts, it could explain his fiery response. The question remains, what was he hoping to accomplish, and who stands in his way? Drew Kane and Mr. Sidwell's connection, business or something more? Drew Kane has been making strategic moves in the business world, and his recent dealings with Mr. Sidwell have caught the attention of those around him. While some believe this is strictly a business partnership, others suspect there's more beneath the surface. What does Mr. Sidwell want from Drew? Mr. Sidwell is known for being a shrewd businessman, but his interests often extend beyond the corporate world. If he sees potential in Drew beyond just financial gain, it could mean trouble. Is he attempting to pull Drew into something deeper, perhaps a hidden agenda that could place him at odds with people like Sonny or even Valentine Cassadine? Could Drew be walking into a trap? If Mr. Sidwell has ulterior motives, Drew may be unknowingly stepping into a dangerous situation. He's already endured enough after his time in Pentonville, and the last thing he needs is to be entangled in another perilous alliance. Carly Spencer, who cares deeply for him, may have her suspicions and could try to intervene before it's too late. Is this tied to ELQ or Aurora Media? Given Drew's business ties, there's also a possibility that this connection is linked to corporate espionage or an attempt to undermine ELQ. Could Ned Quartermain or Michael Corinthos get involved if they sense something off? And what does this mean for Drew's future in Port Charles? Sonny's medical results. A life-changing diagnosis? Sonny Corinthos has faced many battles, but his biggest fight might be against his own health. Lately, concerns about his well-being have been growing, and now the long-awaited medical test results are in. Is Sonny facing a serious illness? If Sonny receives devastating news, it could impact not just his personal life but his entire empire. His health has been a source of concern in the past, especially with his bipolar disorder. Could this new medical issue be tied to that, or is it something entirely different? A neurological condition? If he's experiencing memory lapses or cognitive issues, it might indicate something like early-onset dementia or another neurological condition. A heart condition? Given the stress he endures daily, a heart-related diagnosis wouldn't be surprising. A chronic illness? If Sonny is dealing with a long-term condition, he may have to rethink how he runs his organization. How will this affect his relationships? If Sonny's medical issue is serious, his loved ones will undoubtedly rally around him. Carly, despite their ups and downs, would be concerned. Nina Reeves, his current wife, might struggle with knowing how to support him, especially given their complicated relationship. His children, including Michael and Christina, could be forced to confront their feelings about him in unexpected ways. Would this diagnosis bring them closer together or push them further apart? Could this change the power dynamic in Port Charles? A weakened Sonny could create a power vacuum that others might try to exploit. If Sonny isn't at full strength, rivals like Cyrus Renaud or even someone unexpected, like Valentine or Selena Wu, might see an opportunity to strike. The bigger picture. How these stories intertwine. While each of these storylines is compelling on its own, they could also be interconnected in surprising ways. Could Cyrus' outburst be connected to Sonny's health? If Cyrus learns about Sonny's medical struggles, he might see this as the perfect moment to make a move. His outburst could be fueled by excitement rather than anger. Perhaps he sees a clear path to seizing power. Drew's connection to Sidwell. A threat to Sonny? If Mr. Sidwell is involved in something shady, and Drew gets caught in the middle, it could indirectly impact Sonny. If Sonny needs Drew's help but Drew is too occupied with Sidwell's schemes, it could leave Sonny vulnerable. Will Sonny's health lead to a reckoning? If Sonny is forced to take a step back, someone will have to step up. Who will it be? Could Michael finally reclaim his place at his father's side? Or will Jason Morgan, if he returns, be the one to handle things? With all these moving pieces, the landscape of Port Charles is poised for major shifts. Cyrus Renault's explosive anger, Drew Kane's risky connection with Mr. Sidwell, and Sonny Corinthos' uncertain medical future could all collide in ways no one expects. Austin Clue stuns Jocelyn. Lois admits Gio is BLQ and Dante's son. In a shocking turn of events, General Hospital is set to deliver a bombshell that will shake up Port Charles. Austin Gatlin Holt, a character who has often found himself entangled in drama, is about to drop a clue that leaves Jocelyn Jacks reeling. Meanwhile, Lois Cerullo is forced to reveal a long-held secret that will change the lives of Brooklyn Quartermain BLQ and Dante Falconeri forever. The revelation that Gio is actually their son is set to send shockwaves through their families and beyond. Austin's clue stuns Jocelyn. Jocelyn Jacks has had her fair share of heartache and unexpected twists in recent months. As she continues navigating her complicated relationship with Dex Heller and dealing with her mother Carly Spencer's constant battles, Jocelyn is blindsided by a stunning revelation from Austin. Austin, who has been entangled in numerous secrets since arriving in Port Charles, uncovers something that shakes Jocelyn's world. Could it be connected to her relationship with Dex? Or does it have something to do with Sonny Corinthos and the dangerous world of organized crime? Whatever it is, Austin's revelation will leave Jocelyn scrambling for answers and questioning everything she thought she knew. The mystery deepens as Jocelyn begins investigating the clue Austin provides. Given his recent interactions with Mason Gatlin and other shady figures, Austin may have stumbled upon something that puts Jocelyn directly in harm's way. Could this information expose a dangerous truth about Dex? Or does it tie into a larger conspiracy involving Sonny's business dealings? One thing is for sure, Jocelyn won't stop until she gets to the bottom of it. Lois drops a bombshell. Joe's true parentage revealed. Lois Cerullo, the feisty and beloved character, is back in town and bringing drama with her. Her return has already stirred things up, but nothing compares to the secret she has been holding on to for years. In a stunning confession, Lois reveals that Gio is not who everyone thought he was. The young boy, long believed to be a distant family member, is actually the biological son of Brooklyn Quartermain and Dante Falconeri. This revelation turns everything upside down for BLQ, who has been struggling to find her place in both her career and personal life. As if dealing with her music aspirations and family expectations wasn't enough, Brooklyn now has to process the fact that she has a son she never knew about. Dante too is in for a shock. The dedicated detective has always put his family first, but he had no idea he had another child. This news will undoubtedly rock his world and force him to reevaluate his priorities. How will he handle the truth? Will he embrace fatherhood once again? Or will the secret create a rift between him and those he loves? Why did Lois keep the secret? Lois's decision to keep Joe's parentage a secret is bound to spark controversy. Why would she hide such a significant truth from BLQ and Dante? Did she think she was protecting them, or was there another reason behind her choice? Speculation suggests that Lois may have been pressured by someone to keep quiet. Perhaps she was trying to shield Brooklyn from a difficult situation or protect Gio from growing up in a complicated environment. Regardless of her reasoning, the fallout from this revelation is sure to cause tension and heartbreak. Brooklyn and Dante's reaction. Brooklyn's initial reaction to the news will likely be a mix of shock, betrayal, and overwhelming emotion. Having been raised in a powerful yet dysfunctional family, she has always struggled with trust issues. Finding out that she has a child she never knew about will be a lot to process, and it may take time for her to accept the truth. Dante, on the other hand, has always been a devoted father to Rocco, his son with Lulu Spencer. Learning about Gio will force him to confront past choices and make some difficult decisions about his future. Will he step up and take on a fatherly role in Joe's life? Or will he struggle with the responsibilities that come with this newfound truth? How will this affect Sonny and Olivia? Given that Dante is Sonny Corinthos' son, this revelation is bound to have ripple effects throughout the Corinthos family. Sonny has always been a family man at heart, despite his dangerous lifestyle. Will he step in to support Dante and Brooklyn as they navigate this shocking news? Meanwhile, Olivia Falconeri, Dante's mother, will likely have strong feelings about the situation. She has always been a fiercely protective mother, and the idea that her son was kept in the dark about having another child may infuriate her. Olivia and Lois have been close for years, but this secret could strain their relationship. What's next for Gio? Now that the truth about Joe's parentage is out, what does this mean for him? As a young boy, he will have a lot of adjustments to make. He may feel a mix of emotions, from confusion to excitement to anger. How will he react to learning that Brooklyn and Dante are his real parents? Joe's future will likely be a focal point in upcoming episodes. Will he develop a close bond with BLQ and Dante? Or will he struggle with feelings of abandonment and resentment? How will he fit into the Quartermaine and Corinthos families, both of whom are known for their complicated dynamics? The Quartermaine fallout. The Quartermaine family is never without drama, and this revelation will only add fuel to the fire. Tracy Quartermaine, Brooklyn's grandmother, is sure to have strong opinions on the matter. She may see this as an opportunity to secure Joe's place in the family legacy, or she may be furious at Lois for keeping the truth hidden for so long. Ned Quartermaine, Brooklyn's father, will also have to process the news. How will he react to learning that he has a grandson he never knew about? Will he step up as a supportive grandfather, or will this cause tensions within the already fractured Quartermaine household? Possible romantic complications. This revelation could also impact Brooklyn's romantic life. Currently, she has been involved with Chase, but how will he react to the news that she has a son with Dante? Will this put a strain on their relationship? Or will Chase support her as she navigates this life-changing moment? Meanwhile, Dante's relationship with Sam McCall may also be affected. Sam has been through a lot with Dante, and this unexpected development could create tension between them. Will she stand by Dante's side? Or will the stress of the situation push them apart? Final thoughts. The revelation that Gio is Brooklyn and Dante's son is set to send shockwaves through General Hospital. With emotions running high and relationships tested, this storyline promises to be one of the most dramatic in recent memory. How will Brooklyn, Dante, and the rest of Port Charles cope with this bombshell? And what other secrets might come to light as a result? One thing is certain. This twist is just the beginning of a storyline that will keep fans glued to their screens. As Brooklyn and Dante come to terms with their new reality, Port Charles will never be the same again. For over a year, General Hospital fans have been left wondering who truly killed Dr. Austin Gatlin Holt. And now the ABC soap opera is finally delivering answers. Austin's murder mystery has been a slow-burning storyline, filled with twists, betrayals, and shocking revelations. As the show prepares to expose the killer, let's take a deep dive into the crime, the suspects, and the ultimate resolution that promises to shake Port Charles to its core. Austin's tragic end. Austin Gatlin Holt, played by Roger Howarth, was introduced as the son of Jimmy Lee Holt, shaking up the Quartermaine family dynamics upon his arrival in Port Charles. However, despite his ties to one of the wealthiest families in town, Austin chose a career as a doctor, dedicated to saving lives rather than chasing money. His presence brought intrigue, particularly due to his connection with Maxie Jones, and later his entanglement in shady dealings that ultimately led to his downfall. Austin's murder stunned fans when he was found dead, sending shockwaves through Port Charles. The circumstances surrounding his death were mysterious, and his involvement with the notorious Pikeman Group, as well as his uneasy relationship with Cyrus Renaud and Mason Gatlin, added layers of complexity to the case. For over a year, General Hospital has kept viewers guessing, but now the truth is finally emerging. The prime suspects. In a town filled with dark secrets, there was no shortage of suspects when it came to Austin's murder. Several individuals had motives, including Mason Gatlin, Austin's sinister cousin, who had long tried to control him and keep him tied to dangerous dealings. Mason had no qualms about using violence, and with his known association with the Pikeman Group, it's no surprise he was high on the suspect list. Cyrus Renaud, the menacing crime boss, had connections to both Mason and Austin, and his unpredictable nature made him a likely suspect. With his supposed rebirth as a man of faith, many questioned whether this was just a front to mask his deadly instincts. Sonny Corinthos, as the most powerful mob boss in Port Charles, Sonny had reason to take out anyone linked to Pikeman, especially if Austin became a threat to his business. However, Sonny's usual code of ethics in handling his enemies made his involvement less likely. Ava Jerome, Austin's complicated relationship with Ava, and their shared secrets made her a suspect. Could she have been pushed to the edge and silenced him before he could spill any dangerous information? Nicholas Cassadine, after resurfacing from the dead, Nicholas had been involved in shady dealings, and his past crimes suggested he was capable of murder. His potential role in Austin's death couldn't be ignored. With all these possible culprits, the murder investigation took numerous turns, leaving viewers frustrated yet captivated as they pieced together the clues. The long-awaited breakthrough. After months of slow-burning suspense, General Hospital has finally reached a turning point in Austin's murder mystery. Thanks to Detective Dante Falconeri's relentless pursuit of justice, new evidence has emerged that brings the case closer to its conclusion. The discovery of security footage, an overlooked piece of DNA, or an unexpected confession could all play a role in identifying the true killer. Rumors suggest that the reveal will be explosive, with an unexpected twist that no one saw coming. Some sources hint at a shocking double-cross, while others believe that Austin's own hidden agenda may come to light, changing the perception of his murder entirely. What this means for Port Charles. The resolution of Austin's murder will have far-reaching consequences for several key players in Port Charles. If Mason is found guilty, it could dismantle the Pikeman Group's influence in town. If Cyrus is involved, it may finally expose the extent of his ongoing criminal empire. And if the killer turns out to be someone entirely unexpected, it could send shockwaves through the town's social and criminal landscape. Moreover, the truth could affect Ava Jerome the most. If she played any role in covering up the crime, it could lead to devastating fallout for her relationships, particularly with Sonny and Nina. Likewise, if Nicholas is exposed as the murderer, it could reshape the Cassadine family's already troubled legacy. A satisfying conclusion? Fans have waited over a year for answers, and the pressure is on General Hospital to deliver a conclusion that feels both satisfying and surprising. Soap opera mysteries can sometimes fizzle out with underwhelming resolutions, but given the build-up surrounding Austin's murder, the writers have the chance to craft an unforgettable climax. With the pieces finally falling into place, all eyes are on Port Charles as the killer is unmasked. No matter the outcome, one thing is certain: Austin Gatlin Holt's murder has left a lasting impact, and its resolution will forever change the lives of those involved.